Hi people, how you doing? It's me, Ginger here. Just a little another video I'll do of episode 1 of what I'm going to call this. Today I'd like to talk about CM Punk, Kane, Big Brock Lesnar and that sort of thing. So to start with, let's talk about CM Punk and his storyline. I really thought to start with, when CM Punk joined the business, it was kind of a heel, and then a few years later, whatever it was, he turned into this nice guy, and then suddenly turned back into heel before WrestleMania, and I kind of went, he went a bit too far with that Paul Bearer storyline thing. He just went a bit too far with that, and his little learn thing. I think that was overboard. I personally thought that was overboard just a little bit. Also, I was talking about looking at Kane. When I first watched videos back ages ago, it was like this big red machine that really caused damage between him and John Cena. It was a really good fight ages ago, and Kane was a big red machine that wanted to basically kick backside, and then suddenly he started joining forces with Daniel Bryan, and now he's become this kind of guy that is hugging people. I don't get that. I really don't get the hugging part. Just don't understand it at all. It's just kind of odd. A kind of big red machine that likes destroying things turns into a cuddly person. Whatever. The other one was Brock Lesnar and Triple H. I liked that match. That was quite good. The storyline was alright as well. That was quite smart to start with. Because it was building up, and then suddenly, obviously at WrestleMania, what happened. And it was really good to see Shawn Michaels back as well. That was really good. Because I miss Shawn Michaels. I quite respect Shawn Michaels. It was kind of a shame when he lost his match between Undertaker and he lost his career. That was kind of upsetting, but it was good to see him come back every so often, and then Brock kind of took him out again, and then he returns again, which was quite nice to see him back. The other one was between The Rock and Cena. At WrestleMania 28, it was The Rock and Cena, obviously, part 1, and The Rock obviously won it, and then it was like, we thought, oh, that was it, it's over, and then suddenly it comes back out with The Rock versus Cena part 2, and the way that it ended was actually quite good, because I thought it was going to be the other way around again. I thought the other person would go in, but then suddenly it was that person that won, and it was kind of a shock, but it was kind of good as well. And it kind of made The Rock think, what the hell? You know what I mean? That was kind of funny. Apart from that, a few other things I'd like to talk about was the Rock's title belt. I really didn't like the title belt, to be honest with you, but if you disagree with me, then you disagree with me, but I personally don't like it. I preferred the one that John Cena had until The Rock changed it into the one he's got, and now it's the new, obviously, the championship, and obviously you can't change it back to the one it was, because The Rock's done what he's done with it, and now it's part of the WWE, which is understandable. The other thing I've heard about was, apparently, people were saying that the Shield reminds them of Aces and Eights from TNA. I kind of agree with that as well, because there's kind of, in TNA, Aces and Eights want to take over, TNA, and obviously in the WWE, the Shield want to kind of destroy the WWE, but isn't it kind of odd that years ago we've done the exact same thing with ECW and WCW, they would do the exact same thing, and it doesn't happen. It just doesn't happen, so I don't think the Shield's going to win. I personally don't think, but if you disagree, you disagree. But what would be nice is if you can write your comments below of what you thought about all these things I've talked about today, and I will read them out on my next episode. Until then, ta-ra for now.